Yo, how's it going everyone? It's me, Arctic. Today's video we're going to be going over a DPS guide for Yoimiya. I will be talking about the best weapons to use for Yoimiya, also the best artifacts to use for DPS or Yoimiya, and this is primarily going to be focusing on Yoimiya's auto attacks. However, you can also get a good amount of damage from her ults, and using her elemental skill to boost also her auto attacks as well. To like and subscribe, and also remember to check out some of my live streams that I've been doing recently. Since we are doing Inazuma stuff, I have been streaming every day, usually in the morning and also at night. So we're going to be continuing to do the streaming. And anyway, let's get back to the video. So as you guys know, Yoimiya is going to be an upcoming character in this update, Update 2.0. And so we're going to be taking a look at generally what Yoimiya does and how to use her as a main DPS. Now, I've also done a sub-DPS build guide, which I think is Yoimiya's best qualifications. And I've also done a complete Yoimiya build guide already, just talking about stuff, but I wanted to talk more specifically about how to maximize auto attack damage. And so first off, Yoimiya does scale with crit rate, so you're going to be probably choosing like a crit damage weapon, which is nice because her special weapon is actually a crit damage substat, and so that works very nicely. And also remember to be farming up these Naku weeds, because that's going to be what you're going to use to actually ascend your Yoimiya. And so I would recommend farming these up if you guys are playing Inazuma this week. Her auto attack scaling is pretty decent. It's not as high as like Hu Tao's is, but I think she does hit about the same speed as a Hu Tao does. And that's basically what we're going to be comparing main DPS Yoimiya to main DPS Hu Tao with. Her aim shot damage, fully charged aim shot multiplier is pretty decent, and you also get these kindling arrow damages, which is like a little tracking arrow. So I think in addition to this one hit right here with the arrow, you also get these little kindling flame arrow damages. So in a way you can get quite a decent bit of damage from this. Now our elemental skill right here, basically what it does is when you activate it, it lasts for a duration of 10 seconds. And you get a bunch of normal attack damage boost. So this is like 155% at talent level 8. We don't know if they'll completely change this by the time that Yoimiya is actually released, but this seems pretty legit right here. And so that's basically going to put her in terms of the damage range that you're getting with like a Hu Tao. She might actually be better than a Hu Tao depending on what build you go with on your Yoimiya. Burst ultimate, basically what it does is it pops down a little ticker on enemies. And this is going to do an explosion damage every 2 seconds that you take in between and hitting them. So this will work very good with like characters like Tartaglia, who like triggers effects as well. And yeah, I would definitely recommend using this as mainly just sub DPS. I don't think Yoimiya can trigger this herself, but I'm pretty sure she can. And so that basically is going to allow you to do like quite a bit of DPS. Passive talents, her first passive talent right here basically increases your pyro damage bonus by 2% on hits whenever you're getting that normal attack damage right here on enemies, and it gives up to 10 stacks. And then also the second passive gives you an attack increase up to 10%, and then additionally you get another 1% for each of these stacks of the pyro damage bonus thing that you're getting up here. Like I said previously, the Alley Hunter is a pretty good weapon to use for Yoimiya. However, you can't stay on the field for the full 10 seconds of her elemental skill, which can be a downside actually. But with how her kit works, like you don't have to stay in the whole time, but you have to stay in the whole time to get the maximum bonuses from like her auto attacks, that kind of stuff. But this weapon works very good for like her burst, that kind of stuff. It does have very good base stats. So if you guys want some decent base stats and attack percent, this weapon is good just in general already, and it gives you some damage bonus regardless. Prototype Crescent is good if you're going to be using her charged attacks for actual reaction damage, and then end up switching to like auto attacks afterwards. The reason behind this is because with the refinements on this, higher refinements, you're going to be getting a lot of overall damage boost to your DPS just by this attack percent. Since Yoimiya does have a high base attack, she's going to be able to benefit from this quite a bit. It's going to be really nice for Yoimiya's auto attacks as well. I think this is probably going to be one of the better main DPS options. And the reason behind this is because it does give you like 40% normal and auto attack damage basically. So basically at refinement 1, you're still going to be able to get up to like 200% auto attack damage boost. Along with whatever crit stats you have, I would recommend going like a crit damage hat since she does have crit rate ascension. And so basically you can end up getting tons of damage bonus off of this. And it'll make your auto attacks pretty good. Harp is a great DPS option. You're basically going to be able to have 50% crit rate pretty easily, and then also gives you some crit damage, and then also your auto attacks are going to have a chance to do a little extra physical attack damage, and that can occur every 4 seconds. This does have a very high base attack, which is going to be really nice for boosting out your attack percent as well. Amos doesn't necessarily have to be used with a charge attack comp, since this says increases your normal and charge attack damage by 12%. This will actually factor in pretty good with Yoimiya's overall kit. And so basically the further away you are from enemies, the more damage you're going to do. So honestly, like if you have a Ganyu and you're pairing your Ganyu with a Yoimiya, you could go like Ganyu sub DPS actually, and use like your taunt, stay far back with like your Yoimiya, and auto attack with Yoimiya with Amos bow, something like that. Or you can actually do like a reverse of that where Yoimiya is your sub DPS, Ganyu is your main DPS. But yeah, basically main DPS, this weapon's pretty good. Pulse is going to be the next weapon banner item, and now this one is pretty good. It works similar to the sword actually, and where you get these little stacks. This one gives you an increase of 20% attack, and then grants you Might of the Thunder emblems. And so normal attacks will give you 1 stack, and then your normal attack deals damage. That gives you a stack that lasts 5 seconds. When you activate your elemental skill, that stack lasts 10 seconds, and when your energy is less than 100%, you get a stack on this. So it works very similar to how the sword works. This does come with crit damage ascension up to 66%, so you're going to be getting a lot of crit damage off of that. So this weapon is going to be very, very good for Yoimiya. Now, artifact choice, I would recommend going with the 4-piece of this new set. And now this is going to be very good, especially if you pull the new weapon, because since Yoimiya, since with her weapon basically, the bow that's coming out, like you want to stay below the full max on your burst, basically, especially if you are going main DPS, which this set is oriented to. This will be very good. However, on like my Ayaka, for example, I have the Mist Splitter's sword. And so I wouldn't use this set because it reduces my energy, and Ayaka's burst costs a lot more. And so overall the bow is very well suited for this set and also Yoimiya, so this is definitely the best DPS set for Yoimiya. Crimson Witch of Flames is also a pretty good 4-piece to use on Yoimiya. You can get a little bit more pyro damage and also vape and melterize damage. Melterize, what in the world is that? But yeah, alternatively you can go 2-piece of this and like 2-piece Glad, something like that, give you like some basically pyro damage bonus and also some attack percent, and you could get a good amount of damage off of this. But yeah, that's basically it for Yoimiya. We will be able to see generally how Yoimiya fits into the metas once people actually build her. And since we have time to prep for Yoimiya, we're probably going to be able to get her level 90 day 1 if you guys have been prepping for Yoimiya. But just remember to go through the farming routes, get all of the materials, since you only have like about a month to actually get these. But anyway, it's been me, Arctic. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys next time. Farewell. And make sure you stop by my streams. Also like and subscribe. And it really helps me out because then I can actually spend more money on the game and roll for characters and test them out, give my little opinions on my live streams. Anyway, bye.